and 3 years for regular degrees. But in UK is entirely different. And how do you accommodate the student to grasp all the things that how the Indian students in their tenure of 4 years, how they work in theoretical and practicals, will able to learn the concepts within 3 years curriculum that what many of the UK universities, in fact all the UK universities are offering.
Indian curriculum, it's a UK curriculum which is there for 3 years, 2 years at Apollo, and then it's bolstered by a further year at the UK University of Leicester.
Will you have a direct sessions with the students in every now and then in these 2 years while they study in Apollo-University?
They will be meeting with the University of Leicester staff, faculty regularly.
Good.
So this is why I am here today.
Nice.
In Chittoor to meet with the students.
Oh, great.
We will regularly be working with them, giving lectures, for them to partner with existing students at the university. ApolloUniversity, or they studied at UK University, they have the same experience. And that is unique to the sector. There is no other university that operates in this way.
We have students across 150 countries.
So a large proportion of our students come from India. We have 150 countries.
Will these students have an opportunity to work as interns in companies during the third year, ma'am?
We are happy for them to go and do internships. But we prefer them to do small-time employed roles because we want them to focus on their studies. We are there to secure their future. We are not there to risk their future. So we give them opportunity.
Hi, welcome to Sakshi Education. Chittoorloni Apollo-University lo manam unnam. Apollo-University అనేటువంటిది కేవలం హెల్త్ కేర్ సెక్టర్లోనే కాదు, ఇప్పుడు టెక్నాలజీ డ్రివెన్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ పైన కూడా ఫ్యూ ఇయర్స్ బ్యాక్ నుంచి కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేస్తోంది. ఇట్స్ సూన్ గోనా బి ఎ టెక్నాలజీ లీడర్. సో we are with Leena, who is the professor and also head of School of Computation and Mathematical Sciences. We'll talk in detail with her the student exchange program that what University of Leicester is offering to Apollo University. And we'll talk in detail. Namaste, ma'am. Ma'am, University of Leicester is in top 25 rankings in UK. And it's in the top 150 to 200 in global rankings. And Apollo in India is one of the leading universities. And there are also many other universities which are as good as Apollo University. But why University of Leicester chose Apollo University for its student exchange program, where the students 2 years they'll study in Apollo University and 1 year in University of Leicester. Why Apollo University from your side?
So the University of Leicester, you've given a lovely introduction. We are a top 25 UK university. We're in the top 200 globally. So we are looking for global excellence. And when we look at Apollo, we know Apollo hospitals. We look at their hospitals, their clinics. They're a global leader. We know they are a leader. And really, when they have an ambition to be leaders in computing and thinking that we are a university that has won numerous awards for the student experience that we offer our students, choosing a partner such as Apollo, which is a leader in this key area and aspiring to be the next leader in technology-driven programs, is why we are working with Apollo.
Then another question, ma'am. Indian universities curriculum is generally 4 years for technical graduates and 3 years for regular degrees. But in UK is entirely different. And how do you accommodate the student to grasp all the things that how the Indian students in their tenure of 4 years, how they work in theoretical and practicals, will able to learn the concepts within 3 years curriculum that what many of the UK universities, in fact all the UK universities are offering?
Okay, it's a really powerful question. It's powerful because that was at the forefront of our mind when we chose Apollo as a partner. Working with Apollo, the curriculum that the students on this international exchange program will study is a UK curriculum that we are working with Apollo on to deliver. So the 3-year program, all the skills that a UK degree will offer and will be delivered within 3 years, 2 of those years are delivered at the Apollo University. The curriculum which the University of Leicester has designed It's a curriculum which has secured accreditation. What that means is at the forefront of its game. It's a leader, it's accredited, it's recognized by employers. That is the curriculum that is being delivered by Apollo. So it's not an Indian curriculum, it's a UK curriculum, which is there for 3 years, 2 years at Apollo, and then it's bolstered by a further year at the UK University of Leicester. This is why the UK curriculum is only 3 years, and Apollo can deliver it because they are putting on extra support for our students to make sure that they are future ready.
And University of Leicester, in collaboration with Apollo University, is offering international degree to its students. And how competitive its international degree when compared to Indian degree while recruiting and for getting a job?
So an Indian degree, a degree from an Indian university carries a lot of value. But when you have a degree from a global university, this is what this partnership offers. Not only are you getting education in India, you are getting a UK degree with access to all UK employment. How better an opportunity for the students? So yes, in part, it's home from home. You study in India, you also study in the UK, but you can work anywhere in the world where a UK qualification is recognized. That is what this partnership offers.
2 years they have to study in Apollo University, and 1 year they will be studying in University of Leicester. You know, the switchover thing. Soon they enter into University of Leicester direct campus, they might have some inhibitions, they might have some kind of, they might not have that much interaction with the faculty like the regular students you are already studying over there. Will you have a direct sessions with the students in every now and then in these 2 years while they study in Apollo University?
I think you hit the nail on the head. As a University of Leicester, we will not allow students to come to Leicester unprepared. So even though they are studying here at the Apollo-University Chittoor for 2 years, they will be meeting with the University of Leicester staff, faculty regularly.
Good.
So this is why I am here today.
Nice.
In Chittoor to meet with the students.
Oh, great.
We will regularly be working with them, giving lectures, for them to partner with existing students of the university so that they have a student-led experience, an academic-led experience. And above everything else, and it's important to note that all of the assessments that the students are doing here are also agreed with the University of Leicester. And again, coming back to your point, why is this 3-year degree a success for the students? It's because all of the curriculum, all of the assessments are set, are supported by the University of Leicester. So the students will be prepared, the assessments are on point, and we are regularly talking with them from day one. Not at the end of 2 years, but day one when they come to the Apollo University in the September of joining.
Are you sure to say that each and every student who is studying Apollo University under this program is already, a known student to the faculty of University Leicester?
Absolutely. We also meet with the Apollo University every month to make sure that every student is on track. We want to understand their progress. If there is something that they are not grasping or they have some doubt, no problem. We will put on sessions to make sure that when they come to the end of the 2 years, they are able to come to the UK and make a success of it. The student success is the university success. We're all about our students and our citizens.
Then Apollo University is no longer an Indian university. It's an Indian university with global exposure.
Absolutely. I mean, what the Apollo University is offering its students by way of this program is global opportunity. I do not know of any other university in India that runs this type of international partnership program where there are 2 leading partners delivering education at the height of the games.
One thing that students need to observe is that the employability is 60% in US for the international students, and UK is around 70 to 75%, which has higher edge. But why students chose US to go, and will it change the due course of time with the University of Leicester initiatives?
Okay, that's a really interesting question. So I cannot answer for the students that chose the US or UK or whatever.
Diplomatic answer.
That's not where you or I are the experts.
Okay,
where we are the experts is what we do at university is we want to track our students and their success. So for students that are on an undergraduate program, after 6 months in the School of Computing and Mathematical Sciences, 93% have a job. We are with them for their
96%.
93%.
93%.
That's
Great,
based on the
great,
latest survey.
great.
So that's for our undergraduate students. When we can offer that, whether they choose to go to the US, whatever they may wish to do, we are a university that is offering 93%, if not more. So that's the opportunity that we want to give to our students, and that is what we want to do, working with the Apollo students. And again, one of the reasons why Apollo and Leicester have come together, it's this level of excellence.
Placement track record of University of Leicester is 93%. You're hearing it right, 93%. Out of 100 students, 93% are getting placed in reputed companies who are studying University of Leicester. అంటే అర్థం చేసుకోండి, ప్లేస్మెంట్స్ అనేటువంటివి లేక ఇండియాలో చాలామంది ఇబ్బంది పడుతున్నారు. 20%, మ్యాక్స్ 30% ప్లేస్ అవుతున్నారు 100 మందిలో, 20 మందో 30 మందో. సో ఇటువంటి పరిస్థితుల్లో మన ఇండియన్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ సిస్టమ్ ఉంది. బట్ ఆన్ ఎ డిఫరెంట్ పార్ట్, యూనివర్సిటీ ఆఫ్ లెస్టర్ 93% ట్రాక్ రికార్డ్ ఉందంటే, you know how well the education system in University of Leicester, how well the students are ready with industry knowledge అనేటువంటిది క్లియర్గా this makes a real distinction. So have a thought on it. We'll get back to you. And before that, ma'am, it's a great thing to know that 93% track record is not every university can provide its students to get placed in the reputed companies. It's great what you're doing, ma'am. It shows how committed you are towards the education system and also prospering the students' future, ma'am. And also one more thing, in these 3 years, compared to a US degree format, it's a 4 years. The cost of studying in UK will nearly be to 60% when compared to UK. If they are spending, for say, 50 lakhs in US, it will be around 30 to 40 here. The cost of studying also will be less compared to US. But what do you say on that note to the students, international students, to choose UK and also choose universities like University of Leicester? In what way do you address this situation to students and parents as a whole?
Okay, so part of the vision around this program and working with Apollo, wanting to make sure the students have a global experience that is affordable. So here they've got 2 years of Indian education cost. They've got 1 year in the UK, which is the degree award they get. That is really important. The way the degree at the end of the 3 years will have a UK university, but instead of 3 years worth of cost, they pay 1 year worth of cost. And that is very, very different to a student who may ordinarily go to the US or may ordinarily go to the UK. Not only is it cheaper, is it a third of the cost, but also the support, having UK education experts supporting them from the start of 3 years all the way through to the end for a third of the cost. Who is going to give them that? And then 93% employability.
Great.
That combination is what we offer.
Yeah, ma'am. What are the positives? I mean, what are the strengths of University of Leicester all these years,
The strengths, well, let me tell you something. You may know this, you may not. But the University of Leicester founded DNA. Did you know that?
No.
DNA testing comes
Wow.
from the University of Leicester.
Is it?
That is the UK university. And DNA testing has changed the world.
Uh-huh.
Last year, so what are we doing? Yeah, that was some years ago. Last year, the University of Leicester got an award called the University of the Year Award. That means that of the 120 or 30 UK universities, the University of Leicester was the Daily Mail University of the Year. The reason we won that award was all because of the investment that we put into our students. It's called student outcomes. So the benefits that the students get from studying at the university. And again, that speaks for itself because of the success rate of further education or employability. Again, 93% student outcomes, the value that we are bringing. We are bringing the employers into our teaching, into our education, so that the students that join this program will have access to that. They will be pioneers. That's what Leicester is about. We pioneered DNA. We were University of the Year, and we want to make the Apollo students pioneers of India.
Good. Nice, ma'am. Nice to hear that, the DNA, the development, what you called discovery, we call it. It's from University of Leicester. It's a gift to the world. It's a gift to the world. Great. Great on your part, ma'am. One more thing, ma'am, in India, especially in southern India, we're good at academics. While talking, it's not that easy. It's a very tough job for many of the students. They can write well on the paper, but they can't express. It's a very big challenge for the Indian students. In what way, University of Leicester will address this problem?
So we are all gifted. Everyone is gifted in a different way. And you make the point that students from India are very good academically. But what does it mean to be successful and get jobs, do further study? We need to be team players. We need to be communicators. We need to be managers. We need all of these skills. This is what the employers are telling us. So let me explain. In designing our curriculum at the University of Leicester, we work with leading employers. So for School of Computing and Mathematical Sciences, we work with Microsoft. We work with IBM. They come in, they look at our programs, they look at the assessments. They want to make sure the students are really going to be game changers. They're going to be leaders. So how we are going to prepare students that come from Apollo, we will give them presentations, we will give them team projects, we will give them group projects. They will be critiquing AI. That's a real big skill. It's not good just writing exams. What does generative AI content provide? What does this mean? So we have a variety of assessment methods so that they're not just sitting in the exam hall. They'll be presenting to academics, they'll be writing reports, they'll be meeting with industry professionals. That is how we will make sure that the students that come from Apollo, or more generally India or anywhere in the world, are going to be a success when they go out to look for recruitment in the United Kingdom.
When you look up to University of Leicester, it should not be a place of just, for getting a job. There should be an entrepreneurial mindset in many of the students also. In what way do you say that University of Leicester will make the students not only job holders, but also job creators?
Let me share another statistic with you. So we talked about DNA and how Leicester is pioneering. You may not know, but you do know now that the University of Leicester is one of the top UK universities for producing CEOs. Now, CEOs change each and every company. CEOs expand companies, they grow companies, they create potential, they create jobs. So we have a lot of success in that field, and that is what the university is capable of. But we know that a lot of students from India have an entrepreneur mindset. So again, many of our students are interested in startups. They do want to do these types of things where they may want to come back to India and set up startup companies. Brilliant. We work with our students for life. When they graduate from Leicester, they have access to all resources at Leicester. We continue to give them support in a way that they can actually grow their future and grow that opportunities for other people. So again, that is how we're going to invest in the future generation of India that come to the University of Leicester to grow programs, to grow job opportunities.
Yeah, but as you do have Indian roots, you'll be the right person to answer this question, ma'am. In what way, Indian students, in what way can Indian students can flourish in his or her role? If they can excel in some field, because as I said earlier, they're good at academics but not in part of expressing their skills and all. What are the challenges that Indian students are facing? What are the areas of improvement, if I can say, for Indian students? What are your suggestions on that?
I think one thing to say about Indian students, and generally students from Asia, the work ethic is excellent. They are very hard workers, they put a lot of effort into it, and that is brilliant. But sometimes that effort can become engrossed in detail, and that's not what adds value. What adds value is where they are able to articulate what they want to do, what they understand, how they can actually bring value to an organization. So this, talking about placements, we offer, what we actually do is we bring employers into our education, into our program, to meet with our students, because we give the students the opportunity to try out all of their experiences, their way of working whilst they're at university. So we will give them real-world business problems where they have to devise a solution, maybe design a chatbot and deliver it to the faculty. We will set them what we call a project. Now, what a project means is that they will look at a specific real-world problem or an area of interest and develop a solution that they can take to industry or they can claim as their own to say how they can change things. And because they will have that knowledge and that passion and understanding of their solution, that will make them a success because they will own it. And when they go and meet with employers, they'll be able to talk about it because it's their own. It's their own business solution that they've created. And what we found by the way in which we partner our students with academic supervisors and industrial leads to do their project, our students will become successes very, very quickly because they are working with the real world, if you like, and we position them to do that. We encourage them to give presentations so that then that naturally leads to them securing employment or a placement.
It's an industry-related query, ma'am. Soon after the completion of their 2 years curriculum at Apollo-University Chittoor, they'll study another year, University of Leicester, UK. Will these students have an opportunity to work as interns in companies during the third year, ma'am?
So they have opportunities to work in the third year. So what we do as a university is we run a service whereby any role within the university is offered to students. So it is called Uniteds. So they might be a student ambassador, they might be doing some promotions for the university. So all of these opportunities are made available to the students because we want to equip the students with UK employability skills.
Okay.
We are happy for them to go and do internships, but we prefer them to do small-time employed roles because we want them to focus on their studies. We are there to secure their future. We are not there to risk their future.
Okay.
So we give them opportunities within the universities or within Leicestershire where they can secure roles to supplement their studies, to have UK employability experience, so that when they graduate, they can secure a long-term placement, a long-term job. But very much when they arrive, they will have access to all these opportunities so they can start learning how to work in the UK and graduate with a job.
Bridge the gap between academics and industry. Universities like University of Leicester will always try to do their part. In what way are you focusing to bridge the gap between the academics and industry and getting the student to get placed in reputed companies, industry skilled workers after the completion of their graduation?
A very good question. And for us, we see our students as professionals. So what does that mean? We bring professionalism into our curriculum. So there are modules which are all about professionalism and employability, how to be a professional in the UK corporate world, in the UK corporate sector. So we bring that into our curriculum, which means that when these students are graduating, they are ahead of the game because they're professionals. They're not graduates, they're professional graduates. They have an identity. They know the value that they bring. And by doing that and bringing that into the curriculum, rather than please go to the career service and please go and find a job yourself, we don't leave that to chance. We put it into the learning, in their modules, in their study programs, so that they can actually be a professional, have a placement, and obviously do yourselves and do the ApolloUniversity proud.
Many of the universities, foreign universities especially, or collaboration with the Indian universities are offering international student exchange programs. They teach the students and they come and visit here. Sometimes they spend here and they go, and they have that kind of curriculum and all. In what way University of Leicester collaboration with Apollo University is different compared to the other universities' exchange programs?
It's a really good question. So this collaboration is very unique. It's very unique because Leicester faculty are in this program from day one. So typically for a 2+2, students study the Indian curriculum for the 2 years, and then after the 2 years they go to the international partner. Here they study a UK curriculum from day one. So they are studying at ApolloUniversity, the UK curriculum, the UK professors are involved. We visit the students, we check all the assessments. So the assessments that the ApolloUniversity students do are of UK standards. So whether a student is at ApolloUniversity or they studied at UK university, they have the same experience. And that is unique to the sector. There is no other university that operates in this way, because because they are 100% aligned. It is the same thing. It's not a different curriculum, India and UK. It is UK in UK and UK in India. No one else offers that. And the UK university faculty, people like myself and my team, meet with the students regularly. The students from the UK program meet with the students regularly, so that when they come to the UK at the end of the 2 years, it's seamless. They are going from home to home. No other program does that.
You have students across 150 countries.
That's right.
How can you cater the needs of 150 students of different countries, ma'am? How is it possible for a university to accommodate 150 country students? It's great on your part. Please, your words.
Well, I think sometimes universities are a victim of their own success. So we talk about DNA. Why? Why are so many students wanting to come to Leicester? We're a global university. We're a top-ranked university. But with that comes the pressure, comes the understanding that we are there to support everyone. So a large proportion of our students come from India. We have 150 countries. So we have student societies, so students that might be coming from any country in the world. Typically there is a student society. There is a faith society because people practice different religions. So it's not only the countries, if you follow a different religion, a different belief, it is all there. So we have so many student societies, not one for the faculty, but I can say hundreds. And what we do is every student that comes to Leicester can be part of as many student societies as they want. So they are literally going from home to home because they have a strong group of friends, a strong network where they all understand one another. That is how we make it a success at Leicester, because of the student support. And remember, that is why we won the University of the Year Daily Mail Award in 2024.
If I'm not wrong, aren't you a role model to many of your female students? In fact, maybe included. Answer this.
What do I say? That's very, very difficult to answer. But one thing that is really important to mention, at the university, we are all about equity, diversity and inclusion. So whatever one's background, okay, I am someone who is a female, who is a head of school, I'm someone who spent 20 years working for global companies such as PwC and KPMG, and that is what the University of Leicester looks for in all of its staff, whether male, female, role models or not. We are all bringing expertise so that we can share that with our students and we can impart that knowledge so that they are role models of the future. We've done my bit. I'm a little not so young anymore, so really whatever wisdom I have, I'd like to share it with my students and my fellow colleagues too.
Do students derive inspiration from you? So because while you're talking and speaking, they articulate, the way that you articulate is inspiring, and it matters a lot. It's great to have an interaction. That's why I'm asking the question again and again, so that you'll answer.
I think, one thing, I think that was very kind, but one thing I would say just more generally is the reason I'm in the University of Leicester is to share and give the support to students that I never got, because some universities don't give that experience. They expect you to come to the university, do your studies and graduate and go. But we are all about building relationships here and empowering our students, because by doing that little bit, that will make our students a success. And that's what we all look for. If you think about our family or friends, what do we want? We want them to do well. And the little bits that I can do to shape something at a personal level, that brings me success, because they'll do well in life. And that's my contribution to society.
I'm empowered with your talk, and I derive inspiration with your words. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Great pleasure talking to you. So you name it, any university in the country, India especially, 10 states or 15 states students ఉంటారు. But University of Leicesterలో 150 కంట్రీస్ నుంచి స్టూడెంట్స్ ఉన్నారు. సో అందులో ఇండియా నుంచి ఎక్కువ భాగం మంది ఉన్నారు. 150 దేశాల నుంచి విద్యార్థులు చదువుతున్నారు ఒక యూనివర్సిటీలో అంటే ఇట్స్ కంప్లీట్లీ ఎ గ్లోబల్ క్యాంపస్. అటువంటి క్యాంపస్లో మన పిల్లాడో మన పాపో చదవాలని చెప్పేటువంటి కోరిక ప్రతి పేరెంట్లో ఉండాలి కూడా. సో అటువంటి కాలేజ్లో మీరు పంపాలనుకుంటే, డైరెక్ట్గా 3 years చదవాలనుకుంటే ఖర్చుతో కూడుకున్నటువంటి వ్యవహారం. సో 2 years మనకంటే ముందే మన పాప ఉంటుంది ఇండియాలోనే. అపోలో లాంటి మంచి ప్రెస్టీజియస్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్లో 2 years ఇంజనీరింగ్ కంప్లీట్ చేయొచ్చు. ఇంజనీరింగ్ చదవచ్చు అండ్ 1 year యూనివర్సిటీ ఆఫ్ లెస్టర్కి వెళ్ళి ఈ యొక్క ఇంజనీరింగ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ని 4 yearsతో కాకుండా 3 yearsతో కంప్లీట్ చేయొచ్చు. అదే తనకు మాస్టర్స్లో ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంటే ఇంకొక 1 year చదివితే 4 yearsలో మాస్టర్స్ డిగ్రీ కూడా పొందొచ్చు. ఇక్కడైతే 4 years బీటెక్ చదవాలి, 2 years ఎంటెక్ చదవాలి, 6 years అవుతుంది. ఇన్ దట్ వే 3 years బీటెక్ కంప్లీట్ అయిపోతుంది, లేదా 6 yearsకి మాస్టర్స్ కంప్లీట్ అయిపోతుంది. దట్ టు 150 దేశాలలో ఉండేటువంటి విద్యార్థులతో మన అమ్మాయి కూడా చదువుతోంది, మన అబ్బాయి కూడా చదువుతున్నాడంటే అంతకంటే ఇంకేం కావాలండి? ఇట్స్ ఆల్రెడీ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ క్యాంపస్. ఇటువంటి క్యాంపస్, ఇటువంటి ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఆఫర్ చేసేటువంటి యూనివర్సిటీస్ ఏవి లేవని నేను చెప్పకపోయినా వేల మీద అయితే లెక్క పెట్టచ్చండి. ఇట్స్ వెరీ హార్డ్ టు ఫైండ్ దిస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ కరికులం దట్ ఐ కెన్ సీ, దట్ యూ కెన్ కౌంట్ ఆన్ మీ, హ్యావ్ ఎ థాట్ ఆన్ ఇట్. అండ్ డెఫినెట్లీ మీ ఫ్యూచర్ అనేటువంటిది, పిల్లల ఫ్యూచర్ అనేటువంటిది ఖచ్చితంగా బాగుంటుంది. 93 ప్లేస్మెంట్ ట్రాక్ రికార్డ్ ఉన్నటువంటి యూనివర్సిటీస్, ఇట్స్ హార్డ్ టు ఫైండ్. Apollo University, in collaboration with University of Leicester, is making it true. So, contact the below mentioned number for admissions and related queries. You can answer just there. Ingenduku alashyam, we have given entire details about these universities and this international student exchange program. Have a thought on it. And this is Ishwar for Sakshi Education.